Hello, everyone. Welcome back to episode 69 of our Colorado Rockies rebuild here on Out of the Park Baseball 26. This is Turn of a Carbon here, and we are here. The home stretch. It is August. We currently sit 62 and 47, good enough for top of the NL West by a brisk 1.5 games over the San Francisco Giants. And we have about 2 months to maintain this lead and earn a playoff spot. In terms of the standings writ large, in terms of buys and whatnot, we currently hold the second best record in the National League. The Nationals are 67 and 41, so they're doing a little bit better than us. But we have a 1.5 game lead in the division. Technically, a 5 game lead in the wild card if it comes to that. Um, the good news for us in terms of games the rest of the way is we play the Diamondbacks twice, who are worst in our division. They're not doing so well. And we play the Giants once. So if we win the Giants series, we're going to look really good in the division. If we get, 5-1 stretch against the Diamondbacks, I think we're in pretty good shape. September, though, is a whole nother beast. We got the Padres twice, we got the Dodgers twice, the Giants again. So even if we're looking pretty in August, a lot can change going into September. So my plan of attack is I want to finish this season out, which may very well be the final season of this save. Um, we'll see in 3 videos. So this video, we're going to play as much baseball as we can in August, and then off stream, I'll probably play the rest of the games. Like my hope is, if we can if we can get this Giants series in today, that's my goal. Then I'll play the Diamondbacks Cardinals series off stream. And then next episode can be all of September, or at least most of it, into October, because of course there's a series in October. And then the third video can be sort of playoffs and wrap up stuff like that. That is my goal. May we succeed. I don't want to spend too much time leading in, but just a couple injury updates. Last episode, well, a couple episodes, Dario Laverde tore his PCL, so he's obviously still out for the season. And then Santiago Munoz is nursing an oblique strain, so he'll be back to full strength in a couple days. This is my rotation at the moment. Luis De Leon, Sandy Ozuna, Hunter Brown. They've been here the whole time, exception of Hunter's injury. Zebby Matthews, who we acquired 2 episodes ago. So far, he's only been pitched 4 games because he immediately suffered a strained back 2 days after we acquired him. Because, of course, and then Richie Swain, one of the best young pitchers in baseball, we acquired from the Red Sox in exchange for one of our top prospects, reliever Rich Myers. So that's where we're looking. Bullpen is essentially the same it has been the whole year. Only real change is Michael Gindra made the executive decision to move him to reliever. And so far, he's been doing a little better. Unfortunately, he got popped against the Reds and then the Explorers last time out. But other than that, he's been doing okay. So we're just going to jump into some games. We open against the Orioles, who they are atop the AL East with 7 game lead. That must be nice. I'm so jealous. So let's get into the games. We have Sandy Ozuna on the mound. I'm going to sit Munoz just while he's day to day. And then Anthony Murphy can get the spot in left field. Without further ado, Christian Aguilares, let's get started. I think my hope is for a lot of this series to play 2 games, sim 1, or if it's a 4 game set, sim 2, play 2, just so we can get through August a little bit quicker. For a moment, I thought that ball was gone. For a fleeting, beautiful moment, I thought we had a leadoff home run on our hands. But alas, not the case, as Andahar grounds out and How You Lee hits it into center field. That is down. As far as upcoming free agent contract extension talks, yada, 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 I'm saving all that till past probably into September, maybe even after the season. No real point to do any of it now. Charlie Condon hits it deep to left and gone. 2-run shot by the first baseman to open festivities. His 25th home run on the year. That'll do. Alan Ford gets it down and right. We're not done. We're here having a good time. Colby Turner struck out. Never mind, we're done. We were, in fact, done. Sandy Ozuna, without question, a disappointing year for him. 4.80 ERA, 1.30 WHIP, 3.20 BABIP. So we need some good starts from him down the stretch. And Enrique Bradfield Jr. already gets aboard. Not great. Wonder if he'll steal on my 50 arm having Perez. Oh, look, he's stealing. And he got it with ease. Who could have seen it coming? Wow. Really, guys? I assume they gave the error to Perez there on the throw. They did. All right. Well, Bradfield is already at third. It's fine. Do they still give him the steal in that situation? Yeah, they do. Okay. Fernando Tatis Jr. walks. Seeing him in an Orioles uniform is always so weird in this save. And he runs on Perez. Yeah. There goes our double play ball, but we get Watson at first. Orioles get one back. Halpin pops up. All right. I mean, a leadoff triple, essentially. They get him home, no one else. I can live with that. Max Clark is up. Max Clark is really the only upcoming free agent that has a chance to get an extension. He hits a nice home run here to help out his case. That's his 7th home run this year. Very nice. Yeah, he's really the only one that has a chance to come back. We'll see. He's had one good month this year. And Anthony Murphy gets it down. Very good. Good for him because that backup outfield spot is wide open. Oh no, not the error. Elkins obviously couldn't do it for the majority of the season. Anthony Murphy gets a crack at it the rest of the way. I don't love that trade. We lose an out. We advance the runner. And How You Lee soft grounder to third is thrown out. All right. We get one run. Really should have been more there. But it is what it is. There's also something really weird with the camera there. All right. Clean second from Sandy. And clean third. Both offenses have cooled off, but now Khalil Watson is aboard. All right. Swing and a miss. Very good. All right, Andhar. What do you got for me? A strikeout. That's, fair enough. How you leave flies out to right. I love how that ad just says gasoline. What is happening in Camden Yards? They were bought by an oil baron, clearly. Condon goes down. All right. Bottom of the fifth. Sandy's on 62 pitches. Gets through the fifth. He's on 78. Yeah, so I'll see if he can get me a couple outs in the sixth, but I'm not counting on him too much. Colby Turner lines out. Yeah, since that first couple innings, our bats have gone ice cold, which is fine, provided our bullpen doesn't implode, which never happens. Points to the entirety of last episode. Um, Actually, I lied. I'm going to call it for Sandy there. 5 innings, 3 hits, no one runs, 1 walk, only 2 Ks. I'd rather just give Ginger the sixth. I regret my decision immediately as Basalo hits it all the way to the fence. I can't stress enough how good Ginger was playing prior to like 2 weeks ago when he gave up 7 runs in 2 appearances. Tatis Jr. lines out. He walks Watson, which I'm okay with because now the double play is in there. Halpin hits it to first. For second for 1. No throwback to first. And Jonah Bride strikes out on 3 pitches. Okay. A little worrisome there, but we got out of it. Anything you got for me? Perez strikes out. Anthony Murphy, soft grounder. He's got some speed, and they don't even try to throw it. Cowards. Where's your sense of drama? All right, Aguilaris walks. Andahar is up. 2 on, 1 out. It's a line out, not going to help anyone. How you Lee? Hits it back up the middle. Very good. Anthony Murphy goes home. He is in with ease. All right. 4-1 ball game. Opponents have hit 184 against him. Fair enough. And Condon struck out 120 times. It's fine. Don't worry about it. All right. Let's warm up. Who do I want? Mike? Let's go, Mike. First, can Ginger just get me the inning? Uh-oh. Fatigued. I believe in you, Ginger. Soft grounder to second. The throw gets him. All right. Bad news is Ginger allowed a couple runners. Good news is none of them scored. All right. I'm actually going to pinch hit here. I'm going to give Carter Johnson the bat. We're going to play the contact game here. Didn't work. Carter goes down. Colby Turner hits it deep to right, but caught at the warning track. Max Clark goes down looking, you know what? At least the other swung at the baseball. All right, now I can get Mike Stewart going for the 8th. Clean inning. Now Okuda can take the 9th, or if we score some runs, I'll get Gage Wood on it. Perez walks. All right. Anthony Murphy gets it through the second baseman. Good start. Yeah, that's another pro to the argument of giving Perez the catching job. He is one of the fastest catchers in baseball, which helps, and he makes it home on the wild pitch. That'll do. All right, Okuda can sit down. Wow. Back to back wild pitches. Guys, Orioles, what's happening? Is everyone okay? And they walk Aguilares. You're killing me, Ashley. Well, you know what? At least Andar hit the ball with velocity. And Condon strikes out. We had runners at the corners, 0 outs. Line out, pop up, strikeout. All right. Gage Wood is on for the ninth. And he gets it clean. All right. We win game one, 5-1. Anthony Murphy, 3 hits. Very nice. Condon, Max Clark, both with homers. Pretty good pitching day. The run isn't earned for Ozuna because of the error. Very good. All right. We move on to game 2. First, though, some news. John Counts is the Rockies' best player. Good for him. I mean, yeah, he had a 1,300 OPS for crying out loud. That'll play. All right, let us play game 2. We got Zebby Matthews on the mound. I think I'm going to give Munoz the day off again. And I think I'll give Aguilares the day off also. Alan Ford can take. Let's have Alan Ford take right field. How you lead DH. And Carter Johnson can take second. That's my plan. May it succeed. Remember, how you lead DHing was my original plan at the start of the season with Bryce Terang playing second. That went well. Terang being a negative defender really destroyed my plans. But alas, what can you do as Max Clark gets a leadoff single? That'll play. 70 speed, 75 steal versus a 65 arm. Let's do it. And Clark gets the steal. Very good. There we go. Andahar hits it to the wall. Max Clark scores. The annoying thing I think about this season is we so clearly have the best lineup in baseball. It's just that our rotation has either been inconsistent or injured, and our bullpen implodes on itself probably 3 times a month. And that's been enough to keep us like close to 500 for a decent amount of the season, where the Giants are still in striking range. Because we do, for most of the stats, have a top 2 lineup. It's just the pitching, It's the other half of baseball that we've had to struggle with. As Colby Turner proves my point by hitting a home run deep to right field, 4-0 ball game. That is his 27th homer on the year. That'll play. And Carter Johnson grounds out to end that fun. But we get 4 runs in the opening inning. Come on, Zebby. Zebby. Don't do this to me. To be fair, the Orioles replaced Jackson Holliday with Fernando Tatis Jr., which is kind of funny in terms of production. Yeah, he hasn't been great this season. Last season he was good, though. All right, Perez. hitting 195. But by God, he has 5 home runs in like 2 weeks of work. Murphy pops out. Another wild pitch. What is Basalo's blocking rating? Because his framing is good. Ah, his blocking's a 45. That's why. He's only had 3 pass balls this season, 2 of which came in last game. He's technically up to 4 now. That's hilarious. Or I wonder if the play-by-play called those wild pitches, so maybe that's the distinction. I don't know though, as Andahar gets it through. Run, Perez. And he's safe at home. 5-0. And Howley pops up. All right. Leadoff triple. You got this, Sebby. Ah, well, they only scored one. No, and now they scored a second. Fernando hit to Andahar. The throw in time. All right, our lead is shrinking by the inning. And he just surrendered a 2-run shot from Lyons. Oh, boy. Clean fifth, though. He's at 82 pitches, so his day might be done soon. Carter Johnson up, 2 on, 1 out. It is funny. If you watched last episode when I was going through all the different options for rotation and trade deadline and all that, the one thing I had no fix for was if Zebby Matthews struggles. And here we kind of are, as he's given up 7 hits and 4 runs in 5 innings. Gets the strikeout there, though. Really good. Can he get lines? No. Lines is aboard with a single. I think that'll be it. We'll bring on Joey Broughton to face Villar. Gets the swing and a miss. Alpin hits it up the middle. That's going to be an infield single. Alcantara hits it to left. That's going to score the tying run. Zebby Matthews' ERA gets worse. Oh, it might score the leading run if we don't get that throw in. And it did. Why did that take so long? Anthony Murphy has a 65 range and a 60 arm. I don't know why that took so long to get the ball in, but so be it. Okay, nothing for us in the 7th, and Joey Broughton is getting destroyed right now. Give me Kevin. You better get lines. And he does. Swing and a miss. All right. We're down by 2. We had a 5-0 lead, and the Orioles have since scored 7 unanswered. Now Yuli grounds out. And swing and a miss by Condon also. Hello, Joey. Think that's it for you. We'll have Kevin Teskey for the 8th. Clean from him. All right. We need 2 runs. Here's Alan Ford. Swing and a miss. Colby Turner. Swing and a miss. Carter Johnson. Ground out to second. We have a 5-0 lead in the 2nd inning. We score no runs the rest of the way. Zebby Matthews gives up 5. Broughton gives up 2, and that's your ball game. That was painful, emotionally and physically. All right, we're going to sim the finale with Hunter Brown on the mound, and we win it 3-1. How You Lee has a home run in the first, and then him, Condon, and Max Clark all have steals. Pretty good day from Hunter Brown. Ooh, Mike Stewart, 2 2/3 and 4 Ks. That'll do. And then Okuda gets the save. Very nice. All right, good job there. Let's save. All right, Pittsburgh series. Let's play game one with Richie Swain on the mound. The deadline acquisition. Perez is tired, so Miguel Palma will get the bat. Anybody need a day off? I'm going to give Condon a day off. CJ Sampson's going to get the bat, and let's have him bat ninth toward the bottom of the order. All right, Richie. Clean. No issue. Yeah, so Richie, he's made 2 starts before this. First start against the Blue Jays, 6 innings, no runs. Then the Cardinals, 7 innings, 1 run. Ooh, an error. Who by? How You Lee at second. That's his ninth. Munoz and Allen Ford are aboard. Here's Colby Turner, hits it up to left. That's going to be caught. Doubt that scores Munoz. He's going for it, and he barely makes it. That, if Martinez has anything better than a 55 arm, Munoz is thrown out there. Back-to-back Ks end the inning, but we do get a run. Let's see how Swain does here. Gets Vargas swinging. Honeycutt hits it up to the mound. Palma gets him. Very good. Martinez, swing and a miss. I'm not saying Richie Swain is our future ace. Because I've said that about 2 pitchers. I said that about Sandy Ozuna, who has since had his worst year this season, and Michael Jindra, who then promptly had Tommy John and has become a reliever. CJ Sampson, deep to right, caught at the track. Killing me. Aguilaris grounds out. And Andahar, though, gets aboard. Very good. Andahar is also someone that I don't think will want to work on a contract extension this year, but over the next couple years, with how good he is defensively at short, even if he's like average offensively, his WAR is going to be pretty high. So, from an arbitration standpoint, he's going to make a lot of money. How You Lee gets him home, though. Munoz flies out to right. But we do get a second run for our trouble. Uh-oh. 2 on, no outs for Swain. Soderstrom lines out to short. Very good. Here's Trent. Swing and a miss. Oh, man. That's foul. That's foul. Foul. Ump. Please. Ooh, full count to Collier. Hits it to How You Lit. All right. That's my rule. You get 1 error, but if you get 2 a game, like that's it. So he's out. Carter Johnson is going to take second. That's my rule. You get 2 errors a game. And now Brannigan hits it up the middle. We could have been out of this inning. Now it's a tie ball game with runners still on. Unbelievable. and Vargas gets it through. We were out of this inning. He gets Vargas at second. I don't really care. Like it should be 2-0 right now. And instead, Pirates have a 3-run lead. Yep. Nothing for us in the fourth. And that also brought Richie's pitch count really high. So he's done after 5 innings. All right. AJ Russell on for the sixth. And Soderstrom, Collier are both aboard. Strikeout of Brannigan. That's huge. Vargas goes down swinging. Okay. Good work from Russell. But I need runs. There we go. Carter Johnson gets it down. And Munoz walks. Here's Alan Ford. Hits it to left, but that's caught. Nice diving catch there. And they strike out Colby Turner. And Max Clark goes down. Runners on first and second, no outs. We can't even move them, let alone score them. I'm going to get Gastelum warming up in case there's trouble. Russell immediately walks Honeycutt, and he walks Martinez. Okay. And one of them scores 4-2. Palma with a leadoff double. Sampson strikes out. They go lefty against Aguilares, which is a questionable decision. Oh, no, the error. Good. Finally, another team has errors. All right, 1-1 ball game. Andahar. Bang into left field. The throw is late. Aguilares makes it home. Tie ball game. Go ahead run is at first. Go ahead runs at second. Carter Johnson walks. Come on, Munoz, be a hero. And he hits it back up the middle. I acknowledge that says he's hitting 194 with runners in scoring position. But you know what? He did it today. The lead is ours. Gastelum needed 17 pitches, so we're going to go Gage Wood for the eighth. Alan Ford gets it through the infield. That'll score one. The throw, not in time. Munoz makes it home. 7-4 ball game. They walk Colby intentionally. Max Clark gets it through. He's hitting 337 with runners in scoring position. So, hey, bases are loaded. Miguel Palma hits it deep to left field, caught near the warning track. My backup catcher almost had his moment. But hey, sac fly, I'll take that. CJ Sampson, hard grounder to third, gets him. All right. Well, we scored 6 runs. We're now up by 4. Gage Wood is going to take the 8th. Clean from him. And then I think I want Joey Broughton for the 9th. Runners at the corners. A chance for more insurance runs. That'll do. Wild pitch. Andahar is in. Chase Lee, Tigers legend. There we go. That'll score another. We're up 10-4. Alan Ford grounds out. I should have pinch hit for him there, but it's all good. Colby walks. And Max Clark grounds out. All right. We get 2 more insurance runs. It is now a 6-run lead in the 9th. Joey Broughton on the mound. He has allowed Drew Davies and Tyler Soderstrom to come aboard. Let's see if he can get Greenlinger. Nope. Greenlinger hits it all the way to Max. Did they get him at second? I feel like probably not. No. All right. I'll let him face Collier, but if he can't strike him out, we're in trouble. Hits it to Max. The throw is cut off. I'll let him face Brannigan. Hit the Carter Johnson. The throw in time. All right. Overall, I mean, the only real blemish was Howie Lee having 2 errors. Other than that, we win this game 10-2, and it's never particularly close. AJ Russell also walked 3 guys, but that's beside the point. All right, we win game 1. I'm going to sim game 2. We win it 5-3. 3-hit day from Condon. Colby Turner has another home run. Very nice. De Leon, 5 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned, 3 walks. Gage Wood gives up another run. He really has just, like, his inning. Okay, here's a good comparison. His innings to last season are the exact same, 46.1. He has, however, appeared in 2 less games. He's given up 1 more hit, 12 more earned runs, 3 more homers, 4 more walks, 4 more Ks. So his whip is 0.11 points higher. Home runs per 9.5 higher, walks per 9.8 higher. Same with K per 9. He is worth negative WAR this season. And he has the best stuff in baseball. And he's getting rocked. Like, lefties are hitting him, righties are hitting him. It's a little terrifying. All right, let's sim game 3. And we win it in 10 innings, 7-5. That'll do. Carter Johnson with a home run. Same with Howie Lee and Munoz. Very good. 3-hit day from Max Clark, who the AI had batting second because they gave both Andahar and Colby Turner a day off. Who gave up the run in the 10th? Oh, Gastelum. Oh, Mike Stewart got the blown save, gave up 2 runs. That's a shame. Yeah, Ozuna again. Like, at this point with Ozuna, the best I'm going to get is 5 innings, 1 or 2 runs. And, like, is that good enough? I don't know. But that's kind of where we're at with him. But no shot he ever goes farther. All right, let's sim through the off day. It's saved. All right, so now pretty good so far. Took 2 or 3 from the Orioles, swept the Pirates. I'm going to sim game 1 of the race series. We're going to play games 2 and 3. We win it 6-5. Alan Ford pair of hits and a triple. How does a guy with 30 speed get a triple? Like, how does that happen? I am very curious. Condon with a homer and a heart. Gage Wood gave up two more runs. Like, it's getting to a point where in the playoffs, he's my least trusted reliever. Zebby Matthews, though, went 7 1/3. Did give up 7 hits and 3 earned, but still did pretty good. They let him pitch quite a bit. I would have pulled him after 7, but so be it. All right. We're looking pretty good. Let us now turn to game 2. We got Hunter Brown on the mound. Miguel Palma is cold. I mean, honestly, Perez is not doing much better. I'll give Palma the start. And then everybody else tired. Doesn't look like it. I'll give Anthony Murphy the game over Munoz. Let's rock. We got Hunter Brown on the mound. He had a pretty good outing last time against the Orioles. Let's keep it going. Oh, no? All right. Who had the error? Andahar again. How many errors did he have all of last season? Last season he had 10, so he's already beaten it. 2030, we were spoiled when he only had 9 and his zone rating was a 9.1. That was nice. Nothing for us in the first or the second. 2 runners on, 2 out. Come on, Hunter. Monzon hits it up, but Murphy is there. We're okay. All right, bottom of the order for us. Max Clark, let's go. At least he had the foresight to ground out quickly, to not waste me time watching the play. Miguel Palma strikes out on 3 pitches. I mean, Palma has done poorly. So has Perez. However, with Perez, I think the power is real based on his early showings. It just hasn't happened a lot since then. With Palma, if he's not getting on base, he has no power to lean back on. All right, well, good news. We got a hit. Next step will be a run, but we're not quite there yet, it would seem. Oh, we got 2 hits. Colby Turner, always a home run threat here. This time around, though, grounder to short. He is out. Max Clark, soft grounder to second. Doesn't beat it out. And Palma grounds out to third. Our offense has gone ice cold. Hunter Brown gives up a double to Caminero. Let's see if he can get Osuna. Osuna hits it deep to right and gone. Well, it was a pretty good start from Hunter until that. Let's see if we can get Polanco. Yeah. All right. He strikes out Polanco. Pretty okay start. Just that 1 home run. All right. Andahar Aguilaris at the corners. How you lead. Hits it into left. That's down. That'll score Aguilaris. Charlie Condon. Hits it up to center. Caught. That should advance Andahar. It doesn't? You have 70 speed. Cherio has a 50 arm. Alan Ford grounds out to the pitcher, so it wouldn't have mattered anyway, but I feel like Andahar should have gone there. Maybe that's just me. All right. Pretty good outing from Hunter Brown. He doesn't get charged with the first run because of the error, so. Oh, Gindra, don't do this to me, dude. All right. Delara K's. Can he get Pavio. No, he cannot. I need Ginger to do well because if Ginger is struggling, like our bullpen next year has some holes. I think if he's doing well, we'll see. All right, Rays have an error. Clark and Palma are aboard. Here's Anthony Murphy. Hits it into right. That's going to get down. The beautiful throw home does not get Max Clark, but they do get Palma going for third. You idiot. What's his base running? 45. Yeah, that tracks. Aguilares gets it down. We would have had bases loaded with one out, but instead, here we are. Andahar gets it down. See, Palma's base running mistake, that cost us a run there. How Yuli walks. Bases are loaded. First baseman Charlie Condon, a balk. It's a very anticlimactic way to get a run, but I'm not going to complain. And a wild pitch. All right. The universe is rebalanced. Tie ball game now. And Condon strikes out. Unfortunate. All right. We get 4 runs and tie the ball game. Let's see if Ginger can at least get me an out or two. Oy. And Osuna gets it through. I don't understand why Jindra struggles. The only thing I can think of is just that for some reason he's throwing his bad stuff more than his really good stuff, and so his average control can't save him. Good on Gastelum to keep that 1-run game still. We're gonna get Kevin Tesicki on for the 9th. Oh boy. All right, clean from him. We're gonna pinch hit here. CJ Sampson is going to get the bat. O for 9 is a pinch hitter. Make that 0 for 10. That is something to keep in mind for the playoffs. All right, here's Murphy. There we go. Gets it down in center field. Aguilares gets it down into left. Murphy moves the second. Oh, he's going to third. He's an ambitious man, and he makes it. Andahar walks on 4 pitches. All right, bases loaded, 1 out. A line drive into the outfield, and we walk this game off. How you lead. Bang. Hits it up to left. That should score Murphy. He makes it home. Tie ball game. All right, we're going to extras at least. I'll get, I guess, Russell Warmick. Charlie Condon, runners at the corners, 2 outs. Pops it up foul. Man. All right. We now go to extra innings. Perez will catch. Russell will. Actually, what's Kevin at? Kevin's still in the green. I'm going to let Kevin face Osuna. Got him swinging. Okay. I will now pull him. AJ Russell can face Polanco. Polanco lines out. The ghost runner is still at second. Churio. Swing and a miss. Brilliant work from Teskey and Russell there. Okay. Um, what are my pinch run options? Johnson, who's slow. Munoz, who's only a little better. I'll leave Condon there as the ghost runner. Here's Alan Ford. Soft grounder to the pitcher's mound. Condon doesn't run? Why wouldn't you run there? Why would Condon not run there? It's to the opposite side. Otanez would have had to pick it up, turn 180 and throw. Whatever. Colby Turner, full count. They walked him. Max Clark hits it into the outfield. It's down. Charlie Condon. The ball is shallow, normal, and normal. I am going to keep Condon at third. I think then normal, normal cancels each other out, which means shallow equals Condon gets thrown out. Here is Perez, chance to be a hero. And he takes the walk. It is a walk-off walk as Condon touches home, and we win 7-6 in extra innings. Very good. We scored 4 in the 7th, 1 in the 9th, 1 in the 10th to win it. Murphy, Andahar with 3 hits. Very good. Bad day from our big guys. Condon went 0 for 5 with a run, 2 Ks. Ford 0 for 5, 2 Ks. Turner 0 for 4 with a walk, 2 Ks. Very poor from that grouping, but that's okay. All right, expiring contract info. So assistant GM, like I don't know if I need one, but I think for the purpose of continuity, I'll keep him around. Pitching coach, I think I might. I'm gonna wait on the pitching coach. First base coach, I would like to keep around. Pitching coach, I think I'll need to think on. All right, let's go to game 3 against the Rays. Let's not waste time. Richie Swain is on the mound. I'm going to. Oh, Max Clark is red hot. To be fair, all of our. I clicked on the wrong player. I'll put Murphy in for Munoz, I think. Let me give Alan Ford a day off. How Yuli can DH in spite of his due to his 2-error day earlier. I'll have Anthony Murphy bat 6th. Richie Swain on the mound, 0.5 ERA after his first 3 starts with us. And an error, who by, give me the name, Colby Turner at third. And the run scored. All right. How Yuli is up. Aguilaris is on second. And he gets it down. Yeah, I think that's kind of a problem with our team makeup is how Yuli is a below average defensive second baseman. Colby Turner is an average, he's a solid third baseman in terms of range and arm, but he will have like almost double-digit errors, which is painful. Alan Ford can only DH, which means if he's not playing, you know, he has no real spot. So here we are as Murphy strikes out, but we do take a 2-1 lead. Richie Swain needed 31 pitches to get out of the first inning. Yeah, he's already at 61 through 3. Osuna is aboard. Marte walks. Delara rifles it to center field. That's at the wall. 2 runs are going to score. Brilliant throw from Max, though, but it does not matter. Rays take the lead back. Venegas strikes out. Come on, guys. All right. Charlie Condon lead off double. Colby strikes out. Anthony Murphy strikes out. I think my decision to have Murphy bat sixth was a poor one. I should have kept him at ninth, then either moved Clark up to six or just had Carter Johnson take it. Monzon is at third, but I'm not worried. See, Churio strikes out. All right. That'll be it for Swain. I think the error sucked in terms of it gave them a run, but it also caused Swain's pitch count to skyrocket as Perez with a 2-hit day so far. Look at him go. Carter Johnson, deep center field, caught. All right, they walk Aguilares. And Andahar promptly hits into a fielder's choice. Lee swing and a miss. Up to 80 strikeouts this season. It's not too shabby. I mean, he only struck out 66 times last year, and I was over the moon. This year, though, it looks like he's going to get closer to his hundreds mark. All right, that'll be it for Swain. Decent outing. 5 walks is a little rough, but what can you do? Clean sixth from A.J. Russell. Let's see if he can get me the 7th. Yes, he can. Very good. Nothing for us in the 7th, though. We are struggling. All right, Mike Stewart for the 8th. Oh, boy. 2 on, 1 out. Patrick Bailey swing and a miss. That's huge. He's only on 8 pitches. Oh, boy. Marte hits it to Andahar, who can't bring it in. That's another error. I don't get how he has so many errors at short. Like, his rating's a 60, his error is a 65, his range is a 70, and yet, like, he's getting double-digit errors. Here's Zarka. Pops up. Andahar is under it, and he brings it in. Okay. Here we go. Bottom of the 8th. 2, 3, 4 hitters are up. Andahar grounds out. Lee hits it deep to center field. Caught at the wall from Churio. Man, that was a laser. And Condon pops up. All right. To the 9th we go. I'm going to let Gage Wood take the inning. Clean. Colby Turner, always a home run threat. Come on, buddy. What do you got for me? Line drive into center field. I will take that and like it. I'm going to pinch run for him. CJ Sampson. I don't care about the steal, obviously. I just need more speed. Anthony Murphy strikes out. Here's Max Clark. Pops up to the infield. All right. Perez, buddy, if there was ever a time for that power to come back. And he hits it into left field. It's down. The throw in. Sampson holds up at second. Carter Johnson strikes out swinging. We drop game 3. Obviously disappointing. I mean, the errors sucked. Like, let's be frank. But we only had 8 hits, 3 of which were Perez. We only had 1 extra base hit the whole time. Not a great showing from the offense. I think my decision to have Anthony Murphy bat 6 was a terrible one. There was a bit of recency bias there, but alas. All right. So let me advance the day. All right, let's save, and now let's take a quick look at the division and wild card standings. All right, we are 3.5 games up on the Giants, so they did worse than we did past couple weeks. Yeah, we went 8-2 in our last 10, which is awesome. 3.5 games, yeah, so we're looking pretty good. Magic number 42. Thanks. Oh boy. That is funny. All right, so now we have Seattle, who, in my opinion, have the most cracked lineup in the history of the world. So this will be a tough 3 game set. We got Luis De Leon on the mound. Let's play the game. Who do I want out there? I think pretty much this. Yeah, I don't really want to mess with anything here. I'm really worried for game 3 with Zebby on the mound, but we'll see what we got. Christian Aguilera's leadoff triple. That'll play. Andahar gets it through. We're up 1-0. Very good. Very good. Yeah, it looks like the pace I'm going on this episode, we should be able to get through the all important Giant series. That's my goal still. How you lead pops up. Also, Dylan Dingler on the Mariners. Yeah, Tigers let him go. He went to the Explorers, did pretty good. This year he's done worse, though. Wow, he really sucked with the Tigers. That's crazy. And Condon grounds into a double play. Good thing we had that leadoff triple. So we're up 1-0. Luis on the mound against the Murderers Row. Julio Rodriguez, Duel Joseph, and the best player in baseball, El Fenix Celestine. I'm scared. I shouldn't be. 1, 2, 3, all gone. Oh boy. 2 runners are aboard. Curtis Mead at the plate. Hits it to second. They get 1. I don't love that trade, but so be it. Guzman strikes out looking. Okay. We're looking okay. Nothing in the third, though. Julio with a 2-run shot. Mariners have the lead. Andahar is at second. How Yuli gets it through. There we go. Let's go. I think how we do against the Mariners in this series is a great litmus test for how we're going to do in the playoffs. Condon gets it through. We score a run. Very good. 2-all. Alan Ford on the mound rifles it to the third baseman and is thrown out, but it scores the run. I will take that in a heartbeat. What I won't take is Colby Turner popping up to the first baseman. That's a little worse. Here's Max Clark. Hits it up, but that's grabbed. All right. We get the lead back. Offense is looking pretty good. I need Luis to not fall apart. And he gives up a solo shot to Curtis Mead. I accept that Ginger and Broughton are ready. I want Luis to get out of this inning. Montez, swing and a miss. All right. Not Luis's best day, but I'll take what I can get. Let's see if we can get some runs before turning it to the bullpen. Andahar lines out, nothing there. Lee strikes out, man. The downside of my sort of core 3 of Lee, Condon, and Colby Turner is On a bad year, if they are all striking out a lot, like we're in trouble. Joey Broughton for the sixth. 2 runners on, 2 outs. I'm not worried. Dylan Dingler Ks. See? See? No reason to panic. Nothing for the seventh. Sandoval, have a day. He's only on 87 pitches. They might bring him out for the eighth. Speaking of the eighth, let me get Gastelum warming. Uh-oh. That'll be it. We need a strikeout. We're not going to get it. Montez hits it up to the catcher. The throw to second in time. Okay. Here's David Russell, full count. And he hit him. All right. Colt Emerson hits it up to right field. Aguilaris gets him. Okay. That could have been terrible, but we're okay. Castellum's only on 10 pitches. But first, we need some runs, man. Perez, soft grounder to second. No luck. I'm going to pinch hit here. Anthony Murphy for Munoz. Hard grounder to short. No dice. All right. Aguilaris gets it down and right. I'm almost tempted to have him run on Dylan Dingler, even though I think he loses that race. Yeah, and a hard struck out anyway, so it didn't matter. Okay. So Murphy will take left field. I'm going to get Gage Wood warming up. Here in the bottom of the eighth, Curtis Mead strikes out. If Castellum can get me the whole eighth, I'm a happy man. Guzman gets it down. See if we can get Dylan Dingler. Nope, he hits it through. Did everyone else just see what just happened? Max Clark threw it all the way to the backstop. And he got Dylan Dingler going for second. Okay. And Julio Rodriguez pops up foul. Great work. Gastelum there. Let's get Okuda warming up in case we score a run. How you Lee first up. There we go. Gets it down in center field. If Condon gets out, I'm going to have How You Lee run. And he does. All right, How You Lee's running. He's going, and he makes it to second. Okay. Here's Alan Ford. He hits it deep left field, down at the wall. How You Lee scores. And that, folks, is the lead. Very nice. I'm going to pinch run for Alan Ford. We will have CJ Sampson take over. Here's Colby Turner. He's done next to nothing this game, says the play-by-play, and then he goes and strikes out. Max Clark pops it up. All right. We only get 1 run in that, but that's all we need for the lead. Rasmussen injured his leg, which is rough. He faced 1 batter. All right, Okuda coming on for the save. Dewell Joseph up first. A walk here is not the end of the world. All right, he walks Joseph. Here's Celestine. Hits it to second for 1. Celestine is probably going to steal on Perez. He doesn't. Montez strikes out swinging. David Russell last out, swing and a miss. We take game one 4-3. That's huge. That is huge. Nothing from our 5 through 9, or excuse me, our 6 through 9 hitters. Nothing. They went a combined 0 for 13. Terrible. We take game one. That's big. I am going to sim game two. Whoops. Nah, we lose it 1-4. Ozuna gives up 2. Kevin Tasaki gives up 2. But the bats were ice cold. Nothing doing. All right. Rubber match, game 3. Zebby Matthews on the mound. No Perez, which I think is okay. Alan Ford's been doing all right. Colby Turner is ice cold. Let's have CJ Sampson take third. Max Clark, let's have him bat 6. Let's move him up a little bit. See if that can get his bat going. All right, Joe Musgrove still going strong at 39 years young. 6.71 ERA, but only a 1.24 whip. That's very funny. Andahar and How You Lee are aboard. Condon swing and a miss. Alan Ford pops it up. All right, nothing for us. Oh boy. All right, Zebby gets out of the jam. Nothing in the second, but Munoz is on in the third. Andahar grounds out. I really want to see the analytics of that. If grounding out to advance the runner is worth it. It's How You Lee flies out to left. I imagine it is if you're going from 0 outs to 1. But going from 1 to 2, I think, is probably a tough sell. Charlie Condon solo shot. We're on the board. Here's Palma, top of the 5th. And they hit him. How dare you? Fiends. Munoz. You can't get Palma out on the base paths. He never gets on base to begin with. Andahar gets on base. Musgrove only has 3 Ks so far. Like, our guys aren't striking out, which is huge. Palma grounds out to end the inning. We threaten. We do not score. Clean 5th from Zebby. He's only on 65 pitches, so I'm going to keep him going. No, solo shot for Emerson. No, solo shot for Montez. No, Curtis Mead double. I knew it. It all blew up, folks. I'm sorry, Zebby. Ginger gets out of the inning. 2-run shot from Munoz. Ashley Andahar IBI double. Folks, it's all kicking off. Charlie Condon, 2 runners on. Griffin Jacks, my old friend, gets the double play. Griffin, how could you do this to me? How could you? My old friend. What's he been up to? So we had Griffin Jacks for 2.5 years. And it looks like he, was in AAA for a bit. They call him up and he's just not doing great. But all right. All right, Ginger, the 7th is yours. Clean, very nice. Nothing for us in the 8th. Gage Wood, the 8th is yours. That was the most needed double play in the history of sport. Goodness gracious. All right, I'll get Okuda warming up. But though some insurance runs would not go amiss, Palma flies out. Munoz has 2 hits and a homer already today. Strikes out. All right, Aguilaris walks. And a hard soft grounder to third. The throw is in time. Okay. Bottom of the ninth, and Okuda is asked once again to get a 1 run save situation. Here's Curtis Mead. Hits it deep to left, caught at the wall, never worried. Ricky Guzman hits it down and left, so they get their runner. All right, we need to get Royce Lewis. Hits it hard to How You Lead, to second for 1, first for 2. That's your ball game. That's your series. We beat the Mariners 2 out of 3. Very good. Yeah, I left Zebby in for a touch too long, unfortunately. But that is what it is. All right. We get the series win, which is huge. Draft league is finished. Let us save. We're looking good. We're looking good. All right, so now we have the Diamondbacks, who are 4th in the division, 7 games below 500. Then after this is the all-important Giants series. So let's see, I got Hunter Brown on the mound. We're going to sim game 1. I think play games 2 and 3 of the D-back series. Game 1, we win it 3-0. Very nice. How You Lee with a home run. Hunter Brown, 8 innings, 1 hit, 1 walk, 5 Ks. More of that, Hunter, less everything else. Okuda gets the save. All right. Very good. Let's play game 2. We got Richie Swain on the mound. They got Reed Detmers, who has bounced all around. Starts on the Angels, went to the Red Sox, then the Royals, then the Padres, then the Cardinals, then the Diamondbacks. Raisins. All right. I'm going to give Max Clark the day off. Aguilaris will take center. Let's have Alan Ford take right. Carter Johnson takes second. How You Lead DH. All right, let's rock and roll. Richie Swain on the mound. And gives up a solo shot to an injured Gonzalez. It's fine. Uh-oh. Gonzalez and Lane. Never mind. Gonzalez swung on a 3-0 pitch. You don't see that every day. All right. Bottom of the third. Munoz is up. No hits for us. And that is now changed. Thank you, Munoz. What a kind soul to give me a hit. And then, of course, Aguilaris hits into the double play. How could you do this to me, Christian? All right, Richie. Clean fourth. They walk how you Lee, and Condon hits into a double play. Every time we get runners, man. Every time. Oh boy. Now forward lines out to right, no dice. All right, Richie. No. Gives up a shot to Lara. Good side of the inning, though. He is on 89 pitches. We'll see. Think I'll get AJ Russell warming up. But first, Carter Johnson and Perez are on at the corners. Munoz hits it up the middle. We scored, folks. We scored. It's okay, everyone. We can rest now. We scored. And a balk. Man, I've seen so many balks this season. It's kind of crazy. Here's Aguilares. Hits it up deep to center. That's going to be caught, but it should score the runner. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Here's Andahar with a runner at third, and he is hit. Quit hitting my batters. At a certain point, it feels personal. Hadley grounds out to end the inning, but we do tie it up. All right. I'm going to let Richie Swain start the inning. All right. He walked Gonzalez. That's it. That'll be it. AJ Russell can come on to face Travis Miller. And Miller destroys it to left field. Ay, ay, ay. Well, we're going to need some strikeouts. We don't get it as Groover hits it through. That's going to score both runners. Not great. And there's still no outs. All right, Moreno flies out. It's not the end of the world. Ramirez gets it down. Ay, ay, ay. I mean, I'm leaving Russell in to finish this. Like, if he's going to be a long-term long relief option for us, he needs to get these. All right, he gets the ground out there to get out of the inning. Diamondbacks score 2. Nothing for us in the bottom of the 6th, and the Diamondbacks scored another run on Russell. Get him out. Get him out of my face. Broughton will come in to face Groover. And he walked him. Moreno lines out to end the inning. Yeah, I think our bullpen really is our Achilles heel. It's just so inconsistent. Nothing for us in the 7th. They have a runner on, 1 out. Broughton gets the strikeout on Brunson. Very nice. And Rocchio strikes out too. Okay. Okay. We move on now. Bottom of the 8th. Trevor Rogers still pitching. Aguilares gets aboard. All right. We might have something here. Joey is on 24 pitches. I should probably get him out. Let's have Gastelum warm up. Of Gastelum and Gage Wood warm up. Let's have Andahar hit here. He doesn't beat out the throw, but it advances Aguilaris. How you Lee gets it down. Oh, and then the error. Oh no. Oh no. Aguilaris will score. It's 5-3. All right, Charlie, come on. Wild pitch. Cool, 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 cool. Swing and a miss from Condon. All right, Allen. Pops it up. Nothing there. Okay. We go to the ninth. Gage Wood can sit down. We're going to get Gastelum to face the top of the order. And both Travis Miller and Justin Gonzalez are aboard. Gino Groover continues to be the bane of my. I know I saw the ball pop out of Munoz's glove, but if I just ignore it, right, it's almost like it doesn't happen. All right, Mourinho's thrown out. Ramirez hits it up to center, and it's down, guys. Well, that's Gastelum's ERA done for a bit. He almost got it down under 2. I mean, he's staying in. All right. Lara goes down. Well, we need to score 5 runs in the third, or excuse me, in the ninth. And we score 0. Yeah. I mean, that was one of the worst pitching days we've had in a while. Swain gave up 3 runs, walked 4 guys. Russell gave up 5 hits. Broughton was solid. Gastelum gave up 4 hits and got blown up. All right. Also noticed we've been having some frame drop issues, which is never fun, so apologies for that. All right. I'm gonna give Condon the day off. Let's have CJ Sampson hit. Colby Turner will bat 4th. Max Clark bats 6th. Munoz is hitting the ball well. His defense is leaving a bit to be desired, but I think I'll keep him in there. I'll give Andahar the day off. Carter Johnson can take short and bat 2nd. All right. Luis De Leon on the mound. Clean first inning. And how you lead 2-run shot. Max Clark also both scored a run and got out. Very impressive to do. All right, we're up 3-0. Nothing in the third. Gino Groover, the bane of my existence. I really should have just acquired him at the deadline last season just so he would stop facing me. All right, bottom of 4th. Swing and a miss from Colby. Alan Ford pops up in very depressing fashion. Max Clark batting 6th today gets it down. I think the argument in favor of extending Max Clark is he's a really good defensive outfielder. He's got good speed. And if his bat is starting to turn a corner, that's pretty good. Oh, boy. They're getting to Luis. You're trying to bunt? Have some shame. Never mind, he walked. Oh, no. All right. Let's get Kevin warming up. We need a strikeout. And we get it. Lipscomb goes down. Let's see if he can get Lane Jr. Nope, that's through. Man. Like, I like Luis. I think he's a starter, but like, if you're our ace, You can't be doing this. There we go. Hit to third. Home for one. Back to first for two. Gets out of it. Clutch double play. Great work there from Colby Turner and Perez. Let's have Teskey sit down so he doesn't get tired. Nothing in the fifth. All right, Kevin will take over. Not a bad start for Luis, but man, that fifth could have gone really poorly. Uh-oh. Gino Groover is, of course, aboard. I hate this man. I should just acquire him in the offseason. He'd be a backup, though, which I don't think he'd love. All right, bottom of the sixth. Carter Johnson, the softest of grounders. Down he goes. How Yuli swings on a 3-1 pitch and is promptly thrown out. Kobe Turner lines out. He's 0 for 3 today. All right. Ideally, Kevin can give me the seventh. If not, I'll get Mike Stewart warming up. Oh, brother. You got one out, but Ramirez and Lipscomb both aboard. Mike Stewart is in. Please don't walk the runner. He did, in fact, walk him. Batter, runner, same thing, really. Well, Mike, good luck. All right, looks like we're back. Sorry about that. All right, bottom of the seventh. Our lead is shrinking by the inning. Alan Ford grounds out. Very unhelpful, sir. Dare I say. Max Clark gets it through. He's aboard. Very good. CJ Sampson gets it through. All right. Insurance runs definitely needed at this point. They walk Perez. How nice of them. All right. So Mike Stewart's only on 10 pitches. So I think I'd rather bring him out to at least get a couple outs in the eighth. Munoz hits it. That should score at least one. Sampson makes it home also. 5-2. That's good for Munoz. We needed that. Aguilaris gets it down. All right. All right. All right. The bats have arrived, folks. The bats have arrived. 6-2. Still only one out. Carter Johnson hits it to the wall. It's off the fencing. How nice. How nice of my bats to arrive. Carter Johnson makes it all the way to third on that hit. 8-2 ball game. How you Lee gets it down. Oh boy. Oh boy. The Diamondbacks, they're imploding, folks. This is getting hard to watch. Colby Turner strikes out again. Let's pinch hit here. We'll give Anthony Murphy the bat. And he walked him. Max Clark, 3 for 3 today, but he strikes out here. Okay. Well, we scored 6 runs to go up 9-2. Clean inning from Mike. I'll bring Gage Wood on for the 9th inning. All right. Got that scoreless, which is good from him. All right. I mean, Max Clark got 3 hits. Hayule had 2. Very good day there in the 7th inning. Pretty good from Luis. But again, like, if all him and Sandy Ozuna are getting me, it's 5 innings. Like, How dependable is that? But we get the series win, which I will take. So far, we have won every series this month, with exception of the Cardinals series in last episode. And now, let us hit save. We have the most important series of today, the San Francisco Giants. This will be the last series I play today. I'm going to play 3 out of 4. We'll go from there. Then we'll see. They still have Slade Ciccone, who is kind of an old friend of ours. He pitched for me for a year. Not even that. Sucked. Didn't even play in MLB in 2029. Worked his way back up and looks like he's doing pretty okay for himself this year. But I think we can hit him. See how it goes. I'm going to give Colby Turner the day off. He's striking out too much. It's killing me. Everything else is fine. All right, we got Sandy Ozuna on the mound. Looks like they're going with an opener in John Schreiber. The opener does not go well. Andahar with a home run. But now Matt McLean and Adam Terry are both aboard. Bryce Eldridge grounds out. We're okay. I wasn't worried at all. All right, they're sticking with John Schreiber out there. Alan Ford flies out. Max Clark batting 6 today. Makes it first. Do I want to run on Adam Terry? Yep. And Clark gets the steal with no throw. And CJ Sampson gets it down. That is an easy way home for Max. To third? What do you mean? All right, fine, whatever. Perez walks. Perez? No, I guess it's only his 7th walk. I mean, 7 walks, 26 games. Times that by like 5 for a whole season. You get 35 walks. It's not bad for a catcher. And now Slade Ciccone has arrived, inheriting bases loaded, and Munoz rifles it into left to score 2, maybe 3. Does Perez have the courage? Yes, he does. Well, I would like to apologize formally to John Schreiber and his ERA, which has now soared to a 4.06. It's rough for him. Oh, he was a trade deadline acquisition, too. Well, in that case, I'm not sorry. Aguilares gets it down also. Munoz is running. He's going home, and he is there. If the pitcher throws the second there, I think they get Aguilares instead of going home. Swing and a miss from Andahar. Howie Lee grounds out the end of the inning. All right. Well, 5 men bat around. We score 4 runs. Pretty good. Clean second from Sandy. Nate George is aboard. Matt McLean gets it through, so that's going to be their first run of the game. Wow, they got him at home. How? Isn't Nate George's speed like a... Yeah, his speed's an 80. You know what? I'm not going to question it. That's why I'm telling you, there's value to Max Clark. If Max Clark is our worst hitter, I think we feel okay about it because he's so good defensively. He's so quick. The problem becomes as Perez finally hits another home run. The problem becomes if Max Clark is like our second worst or third worst hitter, then we're in deep trouble. As Aguilares lines out to end the inning. So I think there's an argument for extending Max Clark. I don't really want to do a long-term deal, which I did a couple contract negotiation with him off stream, and he wants a long-term deal. I don't know if I love that. That's going to be it for Ozuna. I don't really want him pitching into the orange, so only 4 innings of work from him, but 3 hits, 2 walks, 5 Ks. Not terrible. Clean fifth from Chindra. Very good. So we might take a look at some Max Clark negotiations, but I think that's going to wait until September. Perez flies out because I mean, sure he's having a good August, but if he has a really bad September, that will inform quite a bit. Let's get Joey Broughton warming. Oh, Gindra. Oh, Gindra. You know what, Gindra? Buddy, you got this. Get Espinoza. Soft grounder to the pitcher's mound. The throw in time. All right, Giants get the run. See if we can get some insurance. And we do. 2-run shot from Hao Yuli. That works. Joey Broughton will come on for the 7th. I believe in you. Gets Matt McLean. Very good. All right, I'm going to pinch hit here. Anthony Murphy will get the bat. I also, Clay Holmes. Surely, like, my God, he's 39 and still going. That's crazy. $6 million. He got a 2-year deal. Good for you, buddy. Good for you. Nothing for us in the 8th. Ideally, if Joey can just get me this inning. See if he can get Soto. And he does. Good work from Broughton. One error. Oh, I didn't notice that. Who was it? Andahar. Man. All right. 2 on, 2 out. How you Lee gets it down in left. Very good, sir. 1 extra insurance run for our trouble. Let's see if Condon can get us some more. Nope. Lined out. He went 0 for 5 today. For him is rough. All right. So Gage Wood will come on for the 9th. Clean. All right. That's a statement win. We win 9-1. Top of the order and bottom of the order were magnificent, but it was our 4 or 5 hitters that were a little shaky. Good outing from Ozuna, but again, he can't really go deep into games, which is a problem. Let me take a quick look here. So Max Clark for an extension, he wants 4 years, $57 million, which I don't think I want to give him. A 1-year deal is fine. I think a 2-year deal I'll also take, but I don't know if I want to do longer. Because, I mean, he's had 2 good months. He had a good May. He's had a good August so far. Everything else has been poor. All right, we're going to sim game 2 with Zebby Matthews on the mound. We're going to play games 3 and 4. All right, we win it 6-3. Condon has a triple. Max Clark hits his 8th home run. Aguilaris, Howley, and Palma all get steals. Zebby Matthews does good. Trying to figure out how those runs weren't earned because there weren't any errors. Not going to question it. Tesaki came in and almost pitched 3 innings. That's good for him. Then Okuda gets the save. All right. We're up 2-0 on the series. Josh Thomas had 15 Ks. Oh, my God. Folks, folks, I am so mad I couldn't draft this guy. I'm so mad. I mean, don't get me wrong. Whoops. Or no, Kevin's. Where's Mike? I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the guy we got. I think Mike Stewart gives us a really good bullpen arm for the future, but Josh Thomas might just become the best pitcher in all of baseball. And he's just in single A and he's crushing it. I'm so jealous. How much did they pay him? 3.3 million. How much did I pay Mike? 1.8. Yeah, that's not nothing. All right, let us go to game 3 of the series. We got Hunter Brown on the mound. Looks like Hao Yu Lee is taking a day off. By that I mean he's just being rested. Condon got a couple good hits. Alan Ford got a couple good hits, which is nice. Yeah, I think I'll just play the starters. Let's rock and roll. Hunter Brown is on the mound. He's hot. And Munoz are aboard. Oh, I didn't notice. I didn't notice because Hao Yu Lee needed to be subbed out. That Munoz is our batter third. Whoops. My mistake. I should have swapped him and Colby. That's on me. But hey, maybe he'll do really well. He's already gotten on base once. Oh, solo shot from Nate George. Oh, solo shot from Terry. Make it stop. Nothing through 3. We have 1 hit on the day. Munoz grounds out. Condon gets us a hit. We have life. All right, Allen. All right, they walked him. Colby strikes out on 3 pitches, man. That's his 126th strikeout on the year. He might beat 176, which he had last year. Which is kind of crazy. Max Clark gets it down. There we go. That should score Condon. Alan Ford makes it to third. Here's Perez. Perez hits it deep to center, but that's going to be caught. Unlucky there. All right, we get 1 run back. Clean 4th. Carter Johnson lasers it to the wall next to the home insurance sign. Camden Yards has gasoline. Oracle Park has home insurance. Aguilares hits it up the middle. Johnson might score here. The throw, not in time. That was a good throw, though, to be fair. For a guy with 50 arm. Wasn't bad. Andahar, can he beat the throw? No. He cannot. Munoz hits it deep to right over the head of the right fielder. So I would like to amend my previous statement. Munoz batting third. It was actually my plan the whole time. Oh boy, Munoz with a triple. Hey, if Santiago Munoz can start hitting the ball better, like our lineup is essentially set for next year minus catcher. Because assuming we keep Max Clark, which I think right now I'm leaning to yes, then outfield is set with Munoz, Max Clark, Christian Aguilares, Alan Ford DHs. Infield is set, Condon, Lee, Andahar, Turner. Backups are set with CJ Sampson, Carter Johnson. Anthony Murphy is starting to do good. So the really only question is who the heck is going to catch? Max Clark hits it up the middle. Can't beat it out, though. All right. Well, we get 3 runs and the lead. Hunter Brown, clean 5th. He's only on 69 pitches on episode 69. Yeah, I think I like Perez's power, but unfortunately the bat just doesn't seem to be there. And usually I like my backup catchers to be the leader and the really good guy defensively, which is why Miguel Palma is here. But Perez as a backup catcher, I don't think really works, unfortunately, because he's not great defensively. And, his personality, not great. All right, bottom of the 6th, I'm going to get Russell Warming. No need. Clean 6 for Hunter Brown. Very good. Mike Stewart the 7th, Castellum the 8th, Okuda the 9th. I think that's where I'm at. So Stewart will come on. Really good outing from Hunter Brown. He gave up 2 solo shots in the first, but that was it. Clean 7. Thank you, Mike. Yeah, we'll have a decision to make on Hunter Brown with that team option because he's pitching pretty well down the stretch. And, Luis De Leon can't go deep into games. Sandy Ozuna can't go deep in the games. Richie Swain can. Zebby Matthews, I believe he has 50 stamina. Yeah, he has 55. He can go a little deeper into games. Hunter Brown, we know for a fact, can go deep into games even with 45 stamina. So that is something to keep in mind. Let's bring in Luis Castellum for the 8th. Oh boy. Nate George, 2 on. Rifles it to right, but Aguilares is there. We're okay. Espinoza makes it to 3rd. That's fine. I'd rather get the out there. McLean hits it to 3rd. Turner's throw in time. We're okay. All right. Carter Johnson, already 2 hits today. Runs out. Pretty anticlimactically there. Aguilares, K's. And Andahar lines out. All right, no insurance runs for us. So let's get Okuda rocking and rolling. First up, Sam Ramsey has 3 hits today. Oh, no, 0 for 3, excuse me. I don't know how I saw 0 and thought it said 3. But he gets him to fly out there. Adam Terry, who at one time I attempted to trade for at catcher. Swing and a miss. What's he rated at? Yeah, still 70 and 75, man. What's his defensive rating? Not great. Framing is really good, though, at a 7. Bryce Eldridge, Giants last out. Swing and a miss. We take game 3. 4-2. Very good. Carter Johnson with 2 hits out of the 9th spot. I think we finally found that backup infielder tandem that we've been chasing essentially since 2026, 2027. Think we found it. Hunter Brown did really well. Gave up the home run in the first, but other than that was clean. Very good. Yeah, I think there's a genuine argument for picking up the team option for next season. Because, I mean, his ERA is down to a 4.06, 105 whip, Strikeouts are down, sure, but Ks are down from a 4.2 to a 1.8. Like, that is crazy. All right, let's play the finale against the Giants. We're going for a sweep of the team that's right below us in the division. All right, Aguilares is getting the day off, so Max Clark will lead off. That is correct. How is Munoz done batting ninth? Eh, yeah, I like him better at seventh, I think. Yeah, I have no desire to play Miguel Palma at this point, which is kind of rough. But I mean, if you compare his numbers to last season, he has the exact same amount of games, starts, and at bats. Runs are down, hits are down, doubles are down, homers are down, RBIs are down, walks are down, Ks are up. Like, at this point, there's no real argument playing him. I'm going to give Andahar the day off. Carter Johnson will take short and bat second. And then Anthony Murphy is in for Aguilera. So a couple subs today. We get 2 hits in the first, but no runs. They get 2 hits and 2 runs. And now we get 2 hits again. Folks, deja vu. And Munoz hits it deep to left and caught at the wall. I thought that was gone. It looked so true. And here's Perez. Struck out looking. Anthony Murphy strikes out swinging. There's your deja vu for the second inning in a row. We get 2 hits, but no runs to show for it. And now Eli Pitts and Joe Azara are aboard. Matthews gets it down. Yeah, they're getting to Richie a bit. Bases are loaded. We need a strikeout. All right, George goes down. That's huge. Matt McLean hits it to second. The throw gets him. Hoo-wee. Bases loaded, 1 out. They didn't score anybody. We take that. Nothing in the third. They get 2 more runs. And the Giants are getting to Swain here. That's why, like, the missed scoring chances in the first and the second have come back to haunt us. Munoz hits Allen in there. 4-1. Fielder's choice from Perez, and Murphy grounds out. All right. We get 1 run back. Swain is on 68 pitches through 3. Gets me the 4th Carter Johnson RBI double. Let's go. How Yuli lines out. And they double up Carter. They double up Carter. All right, Condon grounds out to end the inning. Okay, I know Richie is still in the green, but he's about to be in the yellow. So let's get Russell Warman. Clean 5th. All right. So not a great first couple innings, but Richie really locked in there. Colby Turner. Come on, Edgelin, please. Swing and a miss. Yeah, I think one of the moves I'm gonna do in September is we're finally gonna call up Brady Moretta to get playing time at catcher. Oh, AJ, runners to the corners, 2 outs. Bryce Matthews flies out to right. All right. We need some runs here, guys. Anthony Murphy. Swing and a miss. Not his day. Max Clark walks. I'm going to go for the steal. Okay, chill. Chill. Yeah. I should have gone for the steal. Oh, Carter Johnson be at the throw. We're in business. 2 on, only 1 out. How Yuli's up. Hits it to third, to second for 1, first for 2. There goes that. We have scored 10 runs. Or we've scored. That'd be fun. We have 10 hits. Only 2 runs to show for it. AJ Russell works a clean 7th. We'll bring on Gage Wood for the 8th. Unless we tie it up. Nope. All right, Gage Wood for the 8th. Really good outing from Russell. I know he allowed 3 hits, but no one scored, got 3 Ks. All right, here we go. If we do manage to tie it up or take the lead, Gastelum is warming. Down by 2, Munoz is up first. Second in the MLB in saves. Fair? Must be nice. All right, Munoz pops up. Here's Perez. Hits it softly. He might beat this out. He does. And that, folks, is the benefit of playing Perez, a catcher with 55 speed. I am going to pinch hit here. I'm going to give Aguilares the bat. I know he's tired, but I believe in him. Swung at the first pitch he sees, and it's through the left field line. All right, Perez is at third. Aguilares is at second. 1 out. Here's Max Clark. Pops it up. Oh, that's a momentum killer. All right. Carter Johnson, he is 4 for 4 today. Gotten a hit every time he's come up. Can he do it again? Soft grounder to second, the throw in time. That's your ball game. We can't quite get the sweep, but we win 3 out of 4. I'll take that and like it. Carter Johnson with 4 hits. Colby Turner got 2, but we couldn't quite get there. Poor Richie Swain. He has an ERA at 2.7 and he has 3 losses. Craziness. All right. So I think that is where I will end things in terms of games, but let's do a couple housekeeping check-ins here. So, all right. So after that, we took 3 or 4. We're 8 games up in the division. Our magic number is 27. So, essentially almost all of September. I think now, honestly, the team to worry about might be the Dodgers because we're going to play them. We play them twice in September. So if we don't win one of those series, they could get pretty close on us. We face the Diamondbacks again, who we should beat pretty handedly. Same with the Padres, who we faced twice. Giants again. I think that this could be the series where we could wrap up the division. Like if we do well against the Dodgers and we win the series against the Cubs and the Yankees and then beat the Giants, that's probably the division wrapped up. Right now we have an insane lead on the wild card also, if it comes to that. But yeah, I mean, that was about as good a month as we could have hoped for. I mean, in terms of this episode, we won every single series we played. 2 out of 3 from the Orioles, swept the Pirates. 2 out of 3 from the Rays, 2 out of 3 from the Mariners, 2 out of 3 from the Diamondbacks, and 3 out of 4 from the Giants. Very, very good. So then off stream, I will play the 3-game series at Arizona and then the 3-game series home against the Cardinals. And so then we will pick up next time on September 3rd against the Dodgers. I'll have to decide September call-ups. I mean, I know I want one bullpen arm, as always, especially to spell guys like Gage Wood, who, he had a good end of August there down the stretch, but he's been very inconsistent. Gindra is not looking great, so we still have some things to figure out there. And then in terms of contract decisions, I think really the only question is, do we extend Max Clark, who, to his credit, had a very good August, but I'm a little hesitant to give him the 4 years he wants. I would, because we have the money to do it. Like, let's say I give him 15 million and we get rid of the option and I give him 15 million. So instead of 4 years, 57, it's two for 29. Wow, he really wants 2 years. Let's say 15.5 up to 16, we keep the player option. And then if you make the All-Star game, I'll write you a check for 100,000. Wow, he wants 4 years. Can I do 3? I'm gonna front load. If he wants 3, I'm front loading it. So we're going 16, 15, and then player option before a 3rd year. So instead of 461, it's what, 3 for 46? And he keeps his player option. I think that's fine. I think the big issue, though, is if his bat continues to struggle, we're kind of locked into a bad hitting outfielder for 3 years. Does he want that? All right. I'll offer him that extension. I think, yeah, I don't know. I really like this offer history screen. I don't use it enough. I mean, he talked me up there pretty good because it started at 4 years, 14 and a half, and now it's 4 years, 15. So credit to him on that. But I mean, we have the money to afford it because in terms of free agency, like for the hitting department, if we keep Max Clark, all we're going to need is a new catcher. In the pitching department, our bullpen is set. I think it's a question of who is our last sort of 8th reliever. But other than that, it's set. Rotation wise, I think Luis De Leon, Ozuna, Zebby Matthews, Richie Swain are locked in. Then the question becomes, do we keep Hunter Brown or not? I don't really want to trade Zebby after just acquiring him, but the early returns are a little shaky. But I mean, the Brewers are eating 55% of his contract. And then the other kind of elephant in the room here, let me check out my draft boys. How's Joe Spencer doing in Double-A? Oh, he's crushing it. I don't really want to call him up to Triple-A just yet. I think I'll keep him in Double-A for a hot second. How is Jeff Spencer doing in Double-A? He's doing pretty good. Looks like the K's are real. He's striking out 10 guys per game in Double-A. So it looks like that's real. 333 BABIP is a little scary. I don't think Jeff Spencer is someone we can count on next year in the majors, maybe toward the end. I think for now we're going to kind of slow roll it for him in the minors. Conrad Kelland is doing pretty good in high A. Let's call him up to Double-A down the stretch. See what he can do. And then Mike Meyer, who I am treating like a high schooler. Man, I really did grab some really solid looking pitchers, didn't I? I think I want to keep Meyer in single A. Nash is doing good, but I feel like Nash is going to become a reliever. 45 stamina is a little low and will help boost his stuff up quite a bit. But for now, he is a starter. Just rise. I'm looking at pitchers. How my batters doing? John Jones. Hey, he's not doing great in high, but I'm going to keep him there. And then Benton is in A ball, looking a little iffy. And everyone else is in rookie ball, not yet played. Very boring. All right. Yeah, our pitchers are starting to rise a little bit. Conrad Kelland. I think him and Jeff Spencer could be a future pair of guys in our rotation. So, yeah, I think after this season, really the big question becomes, do we keep Hunter Brown for another year? Or do we let him go? That opens up a rotation spot for either a free agent or one of our younger guys. I think another big question, honestly, is going to be what happens to Zebby from a ratings perspective. Because his movement dropped over this season. His control is fine. I'm not worried about that, but his stuff isn't great. So if his movement gets any worse, we're in we're in a little bit of trouble there, but we'll see. Either way, really successful month of August. I think right now we're 24 games above 500, 8 games up on the division, so we should win the division. The question now becomes, will we do well enough to get a bye? It's going to be pretty tough. I mean, the Nationals are 81 and 46. I don't think we catch them, but you never know. Yeah, it's kind of a boring wild card this year, isn't it? Like, it's really 4 teams fighting it out there. Cardinals, Brewers are fighting for the division. Giants and Dodgers are fighting for a spot, and then the Phillies. So, not the most entertaining wild card race looking like this season, but you never know. You never know. By the way, for those keeping track at home, Max Clark has a 18 game hitting streak this season. It was broken tragically earlier this month, but at one point he had it. So good for him. All right. But that is it for me on this episode. We will have 2 more episodes, hopefully, of the Colorado Rockies rebuild this week. One, which will be getting through most of September, and then the next will be the playoffs, however long that happens. I think my plan is to do both the Diamondbacks and Cardinals series off stream and then go straight in to the Giants and then just go through September. I think especially if we have like the sizable division lead that we have now, I'll probably sim a bit more games down the stretch just for time, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So I thank you all for watching. Been a very good run of games we have had. Hopefully we can keep that going and get back to the World Series. Thank you all for watching. See you next time.